Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm so happy to be with you tonight, as I am every Saturday night. I hope that you're enjoying the shows up to this point, and I hope that you continue to tune in. Tonight we have a very special guest with us from a little bit outside of New London County, which is fine with me. You know I like to bring in bands from all over. So tonight we have a solo musician. He actually asked me if he could come be on the show, but I heard his reputation, it preceded him, and his music is fine. So I hope that you will help me to welcome into your home, Mark Fornwald.
Thank you, Dot.
You're
Thank
welcome.
It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm going to open up with a tune from 1945 by Joe Green called Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying. Woman, don't you cry me no crocodile tears. I'm never gonna take you back in a million years. So don't let that sun catch you crying. Crying round my front door. You done daddy dirty, and he sure don't want you no more. Don't let that sun catch you lying, baby, lying round my front door. Daddy done turned salty, and he sure don't want you no more. Can cry, cry, cry. Yeah, baby, you can beat your pretty little head upon the pavement till the man comes and throws you in jail. Don't let that sun catch you crying, crying round my front door. You done daddy dirty, and sure don't want you no more. No more. Thank you. Thank you. Joe Green, 1945. And now, let's see, push the fancy effect button and lean over and say, we're going to do Jimi Hendrix, 1967, Little Wing. walking through the clouds. The circus smiles, running wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams and fairy tales. All she ever thinks about, riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me. The thousand smiles she gives to me free. It's alright, she said. Take anything you want from me. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams, fairy tales. All she ever thinks about, riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me. She gives to me free. It's alright, she said. Take anything you want from me. Thank you. Let's see. Now we'll jump back to 1937. A little fun little ditty from Duke Ellington called Caravan. Night and the stars are shine so bright, the mystery of their history of this caravan. This is so exciting, you are so inviting, resting in my arms as I thrill to the magic charms of you. Beside me here beneath the blue, my dream of love is coming true, here within our caravan. This is so exciting, you are so inviting, resting in my arms as I thrill to the magic charms of you. Beside me here beneath the blue, my dream of love is coming true, here within our caravan. Thank you, thank you. Okay, what are we going to beat up on next? Oh, let's see, I've done Jimmy Henry. Oh, might as well get weird. Charles Mingus. 1959, Charles Mingus and Rashawn Roland Kirk put out a tune called Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. Put all of his soul to a tenor saxophone. Had a way of talking, 'twas a language all his own. Life story, love and glory. You listen when he plays it for you now. Listen and listen, dig it. Can you dig it? Lester Young, he is playing what he's feeling. Dealing and dancing you home. Some folks, they might have told you Lester Young, well, he's out of style. I am here to tell you, prayers is happening right now. Life story, love and glory. You listen when it plays it for you now. Listen and listen, dig it. Can you dig it? Lester Young, he is playing what he's feeling. Dealing, dancing you home. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Well, per advice, let's throw one of these in. Here's a little something I put out. Wrote this a little before Veterans Day of 2019. Called Knight in Rusty Armor. An old knight, rusty armor, his old horse to pasture gone. His sword no longer shining, and his arms just aren't as strong. But he tips his tankard nightly, drinks to the brave and the bold. Friends who cannot stand again from days long ago. The brave and the bold. His sword has let him live long, but its edge is no longer honed. Mead drinks just eases the aging for a head held high walking home. The tavern don't charge him for drinking. The old knight brought peace to the land. Villagers smile when they see him. He gave their lives back again. An old knight in rusty armor, his old horse to pasture gone. Sword no longer shining, and his arms just aren't as strong. But he tips his tankard nightly, drinks to the brave and the bold. Friends who cannot stand again from days of long ago. The brave and the bold. Yes, he tips his tankard nightly, drinks to the brave and the bold. Friends who cannot stand again from days of long ago. The brave and the bold. Brave and the bold. The brave and the bold. Thank you, thank you. I premiered that at June's.
Nice.
Yeah. By the end of the song, Shuey was jamming behind me. Let's see. How about a little something from Keith Jarrett, 1975. Let's turn that off. off. Memories of tomorrow, songs just slowly round. You can fall into a fantasy that leads you to a sound. The silence of the future, you can find yourself again, where the melody is running. Only you know who is a friend. You can hear your own intuition. You can see by second sight. You've heard memories of tomorrow, tonight. Memories of tomorrow, future flowing past. You can sense a deja vu, but you just cannot make it last. You hear future memories coming, though they're clearly out of sight. Where the melody is running, no one knows but you what is right. You can hear your own intuition, you can see by second sight. You've heard memories of tomorrow, memories of tomorrow, memories of tomorrow, tonight. Thank you, thank you. Ah, okay. Where are we on the clock anyway? 25? Okay, so that's two more. Two more? Why don't we throw, here's one I wrote in June of 2019 called Tears That Fall. Wake up each day with the same thing to know. Heart and soul are just two empty holes, and there's no one you meet who would hold your hand, who would choose by your side to stand. And the tears that fall are just your daily dose of blues. No damn sense in turning around, you already know no one is there. No gentle hands to hold your heart and make you believe someone cares. 'Cause there's no one you meet who would hold your hand, who would choose by your side to stand. And the tears that fall are just your daily dose of the blues. say hello. Past comes up and chokes your throat. The hurt that you live still lives inside, leaving you to wonder if again you should try. 'Cause there's no one you meet who would hold your hand, who would choose by your side to stand. And the tears that fall are just your daily dose of the blues. And the tears that fall are just your daily dose of the blues. Tears that fall, just your daily dose of the blues. Hey, so uno mas. Uno mas. What are we going to do for uno mas? 1923, Jimmy Cox. I once lived the life of a millionaire. Spend all of my money like I did not care. Took all of my friends out for one hell of a time. Bought bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. But when I started feeling low, you know I had no money, no place to go. If I get my hands on just $1 again, gonna hold on to that dollar till them eagles grin. 'Cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, oh, not a single penny. And as for friends, well, you haven't any. But when you get back on your feet again, suddenly everyone is your long lost friend. It's mighty strange, yes, and without any doubt, nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Jimmy Cox, 1923.
You want to come sit over here and talk with me? Well, Mark's getting himself unhooked and hooked back up over here. Let me just remind you that downtown New London is vibrant. It may be wintertime, but there is so much going on. There's art galleries that are all open. There's music events that are going on. And I think that you should check it all out. So go downtown, check out the music. There's music at the Social. There's music at Daddy Jack's. There's music at Noble. There's music at 33. And probably a whole bunch of other places that I missed. So get down there and check out what's going on in downtown New London, okay? That's what it's all about. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Dot.
How are you?
Enjoying this.
This is fun?
This is a real treat for me. I mean, I've scanned back on previous episodes and seen so many friends who have already been here, so it's a real honor to be on the list. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We aim to please. What is it that makes you play music?
It's been there when people aren't.
Ah.
It gives you keeps the hands tactile.
Did you put your mic on?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Just checking. So it's been there when people aren't. What drew you to music to begin with?
I was about 9 when I got my first guitar.
Okay.
And then about age 14, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young put out an album, Four-Way Street.
I remember it well.
And I found books in the store that, I could play those chords.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, it got me to here today. And plus I've worked with a great number of much more talented people than I. So things get passed along.
Who have you played with that we know?
Brian and Rose from Eben and Rose.
I do. I know them very well.
Brian sold me a guitar in 1983 at George's Music in Hamden. I still have it, and I was at their wedding.
Oh, nice.
I know Terry and Rob, the arrangement. Terry and Rob from the duo there.
Yep.
Sorbo is the one who gave me the arrangement for the Jimi Hendrix song that I played.
Nice.
The mic needs to do it.
Oh. Yeah. Needs to be pointed the right way.
There you go. There you go.
Now people better signal now.
Now people can hear you.
Yeah. No, I've had the great pleasure of like Jacob Weissman, who's been here.
He's brilliant.
And Tom McGregor, I haven't
Yep.
played with him, but I've seen him play. He's an amazing player. A lot of folks that I didn't even know. So I was enjoying going through all the past episodes.
Now, in case you all don't know what Mark's talking about, you can find all the episodes of Grandma's Attic Music Review up on YouTube. Just type in Grandma's Attic Music Review and you'll get all the shows that we've done for the last couple of years. So I think there's like 235, 240.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of great musicians I didn't even know.
Right,
I
right.
got to sit and watch them play.
That's great, right? What is it? You choose some very unique music to play. What makes you choose a song?
A good story.
Okay.
In the lyrics, and a progression that makes you earn it. So by the end of the song, you know you accomplished something.
Okay, that's good criteria.
Yeah, but mostly I like the old swing band, the stuff from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I will still get up and play Grateful Dead if I feel like it as well. You know?
Right.
Or some novelty tunes like I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore and stuff like that. And Snake Oil Willie. There's so much fun music out there. So I've always tried to go for something that was maybe a little more difficult, or a little more outside of my head, and to learn more and to have fun with it. To just enjoy it. And I've had kids who are nowhere near as my skill level teach me things. And I've had Berkeley and Juilliard and Hart School graduates to pick their brains for. So
nice.
Everybody, we all pass it around to each other, which is really, really nice. You go to an open mic or a jam session or whatever, you never know what you're going to run into, and it's always something that you'll never lose from. It's a benefit. You always get something out of playing music, whether by yourself or with someone else.
Right. Which do you prefer?
Both.
Now, come on.
Both. I like playing tunes by myself because I can have a lot of fun with it, but I also know other people like to sit in on my arrangements, so we share it.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Where are some of the places that people can find you?
Right now, being retired and not so much of a gas budget anymore, I might go up to Higher Grounds Coffee Shop or June's up in Killingworth. I like stopping by, seeing who's playing Sundays. Remember the Sunday we were over at the Brush Mill?
Yep.
They had a good trio there last week. pretty much when I have the gas, we'll go to open mics and stuff like that.
Open mics are great, right?
Yeah, I used to run one before the Ivory closed.
Oh, the Ivory's no longer.
Long gone, and I was doing it every Wednesday night, every week, and I loved setting up in that little spot by the fireplace. But
Right.
it's gone now.
Now, June's Outback is also supporting music in a really big way.
Oh, yes.
Have you played out there recently?
I was just there Monday night rehearsing some of these songs at Chewy's open mic.
Nice.
So I tried them out in front of a crowd before I even got here.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. When you're choosing, you've told me why you choose music. When you're choosing music, do you think about the venues that you're going to play it in, or do you just choose a song because it's a song, not because
it touches here.
Yeah, yeah.
If I can see it, if I like the story, if the melody is within my grasp to learn, yeah. You know, I like a nice, sincere story. I mean, musicians a long time ago were a bard of storytellers that would wander around and play an instrument at the same time. So
Absolutely.
It hasn't really much changed.
Right.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, you already mentioned that Crosby, Still, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street was one of your major influences. Who else influenced you throughout the years musically?
About that time, them, the Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, all the rock bands of that era, and the folk artists I was paying attention to. College radio stations helped out a lot. And then I ran into an interest for things like Leo Kottke or Jorma Kaukonen. Nowadays, it's Tommy Emmanuel.
Nice.
Yeah, these are all very, and I've worked with people who haven't got any fame or fortune to their name, but are far more talented than most of the people I see who are the big stars nowadays.
Now, who are some of those people for you?
John Trolson, a keyboard player I used to work with. Joe Mayo, a sax player that I've run into. The man knows a great deal of his business cards, knows it all, plays it all. I haven't stumped him yet. And there's a number of good artists just nearby here, up near Gillette Castle. You got Frank Natter and Chris Abbott and Don Giroux, and these are all very, very good players. There's a guy out of North Branford, Ron Anthony,
Okay.
who you would like to give him a call sometime. You know,
Okay.
all these people you can find on my. If you want some names sometime, let me go surf my friends list. I'll send you a whole bunch of names.
That'd be wonderful.
And
That's also
and-
always a good thing to have more musicians in my repertoire.
But I'm going to keep it to like within a half hour to 40-minute drive, because that seems to be the normal for just about anyone, whether you're a musician or not. If you're going to go out and see something and have fun or whatever, you really don't want to drive more than an hour.
No, especially if you're going to a club and you're going to have a couple of
You
drinks.
don't want to drive more time than you're going to spend there.
Right, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, you've written a couple of songs, you played them today. What is your songwriting process? How do you write a song? Do you write the song first or the music first?
It's 50-50, whether the words come first or the chords come first.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just be sitting there warming up my fingers and something will come out of my head, my hand will play it. One that works?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
We'll find out.
We will find out. Oh, double mic'd.
I guess.
When in doubt. There we go.
Is that better?
We getting a signal now?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Good thing. We could start the interview all over again. That would be wonderful. So, what is it that makes you write words to a song? What is your inspiration? Where's your muse come from when you're writing a song?
It's so rare nowadays. They just, if one shows up and they pop out of nowhere, you know, I just don't know where they come from. Like the one that I wrote back in June. I don't even remember why I wrote it. I just know that I was sitting there goofing around with the chord progressions. Some words crossed my head. Okay, write it down.
Right?
Write it down, work on it, and see if you can make something out of it. If not, it gets filed in the garbage can.
Well, there you go. I don't think any song should be filed. All songs are worth something. That's just my opinion.
If they work. If you can play them, that's the problem. Some of them, you never know. And there's always the trying to find note timing to match the syllables of the words.
Ah, right, right.
Because a lot of fun songs, the syllables and the notes match in some way, you get a hook.
Right.
And that a good hook, and people get off of their stools and start dancing.
They do.
And that's a
they
lot
do.
of fun.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people say that that's a good band. They got them dancing. You don't know how it feels standing on stage and seeing that happen.
No, I don't.
Seeing everybody in front of you just dancing along to the stuff you're playing is so much. The energy that hits a musician when that happens elevates. It just goes right up instantly.
So I was just going to ask you what you prefer, what kind of audience you prefer. Obviously, you like a dancing audience, but do you like the coffee house scene or the bar scene?
Yeah, I like non-alcohol more than bars. I will say that.
And why is that?
People tend to pay a little more attention instead of talking over you.
That's nice, right?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You know, coffee shops, they're sober, they're paying attention to you. They'll at least talk a little softer and half listen to you or whatever, and that's okay. You know you got them if they're patting their foot under the table anyway. So.
Right, right. That's awesome. So do you think that the bar scene is dying when it comes to music?
It's like the tide. Some areas it picks up and then drops off. In other areas it picks up and drops off. Back in the 70s, there was lots of places to play in New Haven. Through the 80s and 90s, a lot of them disappeared.
Right.
And little venues are starting to pop up all over again. So that's good. Musicians are getting places to play again. That's important.
What do you think of the music scene here in Connecticut?
Depending on what county, you have more or less business. So out here, there isn't as much business because the population is spread out a little bit more. You get more down towards New York or over towards Providence, and you can tell by the start times. If it starts at 8 o'clock or whatever, it's a little more rural area. If it starts like down in Manhattan, some clubs don't, the headliner doesn't even start till midnight.
Right.
So it all depends on the geography of the area. From where we are geographically here right now, there are a lot of places within a 20-minute drive of the studio to play music.
Oh, I know.
They're either hiring bands or letting people come in for open mics or coffee shops or jam sessions to have music in their venue.
Now, maybe I need to rephrase the question. What do you think of the caliber of musicians in our area?
In New England in general, they're good. They're quite good. And even the kids who are just starting out and trying, having the guts to do it in the first place is only going to make them better out of experience.
Right, right.
So, but all this whole area around here is probably have a great deal of good musicians in this area, and plenty of places to play. And where I am, a couple of miles across the river from Gillette Castle, you got to drive a little bit. You got to drive a few miles to find some place. But around here, I mean, we could just go right out to the end of the street, turn left or right, and not go a mile and find some place who hires bands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. We love the fact that we can hear music here in New London pretty much any night of the week. It's a good thing. If you could play anywhere in the world, you could choose, you can go there. Money's not a factor. Where would you go to play? And what songs would you bring?
Oh, I'd keep the same song list. I wouldn't mind bopping around Europe.
Bopping around Europe.
Bopping around
with
Europe.
With your guitar case on your
Getting
back.
a Euro rail pass and finding a tour guide who can show me all the local pubs and chow down houses and coffee shops or whatever that hire the local guy, not the major act. Because those are the places I'm going to find that surprise. That one person who will either teach me something or jam together and have so much fun we'll never forget each other.
You like to jam with people, don't you?
That's how I learned, pretty much.
Right.
I spent most of my time in the first like 10 years or so, instead of delving into books, because I can't read music, back then I was just, oh, you want to sit down and jam? And take out the guitar cases at state parks, town parks, wherever I could find them on the New Haven Green during, you know, rallies or shows or whatever else like that. Anybody who wanted to jam with me, and I was learning as much as I could for back then. And it was a lot of fun.
And you're still learning today.
Oh, you never stop. The more I figure out, the more I realize I have yet to figure out. So it's
I
just,
think that's
you,
very
you
true.
knock over one domino and 5 more are right there. And
That's what happens
great.
in life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So if you were given the opportunity to teach something to our next generation, what is it that you would leave behind for them?
Get a chord book. Get a chord dictionary, and you can teach yourself.
Okay.
And that's good for the rest of your life.
Just to know the chords on a guitar.
For the keyboard chords or bass chord, whatever. Get a chord dictionary, and that will help you learn the same stuff that you already know even better and more. And that book will always be there as a reference for anything you want to learn for the rest of your life. Because the first time I bought a chord dictionary, I said to myself, why didn't I buy one of these years ago?
How old were you when you bought that chord dictionary?
I was probably in my early 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
And you'd already been playing for 6 or 7 years.
More like 11 at that point.
Okay. All right. All right.
But yeah, I saw the chord books, and they had the little diagrams. That would show me how to play the songs. But when I found a book that had all the chords, and I'm like, oh, so I spent the money, and I've always had one ever since. And it's very, even to this day, is very helpful. Because sometimes if your fingers can't play it one way, there's somewhere else to play it on the neck.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So what happens on this show, and if you've watched them all, you know what I'm going to say.
Not all of them, but...
Well, what happens is we run out of time. But you have a song to take us out with, unhook your thing. Thank you so much for coming to Grandma's Attic. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
While Mark's unhooking and going back and hooking back up into his guitar, his contraptions, let's talk about what's going on. It is cold outside. It's winter time. We're in mid-February right now. We have a good month and a half, if not 2 months, left of winter. Please make sure that your next door neighbors have heat and water and food. Make sure that the children in your neighborhood have socks on their feet and jackets on their back even. You know that community is very important to me, so reach out to your neighbor. Make sure that you know your neighbor. It doesn't happen very often anymore, does it? Make sure you know your neighbors and help them out. We all love each other and we want to support this community. Spend your money here in the small mom and pop shops. I got a whole list of stuff I could talk to you about, but I'm going to let Mark take you out with a song. Until next week, everybody, God bless and have a really great week. Bye-bye.
Well, since it's the end of the show, Roy Hawkins, 1951, Thrill Is Gone. Thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. Oh, the thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. You know you done me wrong, baby. You'll be sorry 'cause the thrill is gone.